Hello guys, I'm here with Kalu, great
Hello
friend of
guys.
mine, and today I'm gonna interview Kalu on some topics, and he's gonna be on a lot of he's gonna be under a lot of pressure, so take it easy on him, okay? First question,
First question.
really hard question. Who would you bring back? Bob Marley, Freddie Mercury,
Freddie Mercury, I can't tell it for the rest, man.
Tupac
Freddie
Shakur,
Mercury.
or Michael
Freddie
Jackson?
Mercury.
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury. Sorry, man.
Definitely. Okay. That was a quick one. If you had to bring, if you have to bring someone randomly back to life, would you still pick Freddie Mercury?
Oh, like, you mean I have a choice for everyone I want?
Yes.
Well, depends. Like, I bring him back to life. Which states? Like, how? Like when he died, or at the age I want?
He's already dead, and you bring him back any way you want. Like, he can be young, he can be old, any way you want.
But does he know me? Does he know I say, I bring him back to life?
You can be his friend,
I'm not sure I won't bring any back to life. I don't know if I will bring someone back to life. I mean, who am I to tell them to stop them from them mortal sleep? Mortal sleep or deadly sleep. I don't know. But
I imagine a lot of people, when I ask them this question, they would say something like, "Oh, I would bring back Jesus." But like in my head, if we bring back Jesus, he's gonna suffer like even more than he suffered before. You know what I mean? Yeah. Good answer.
And I'm sure he has coronavirus, so it's not safe to bring him back. Anyway.
Second question. Well done on the first one.
Thanks, man.
Number 5. What do you think about toxic people and emotional vampires?
Oh, it's a last question. What do you mean by what do I think? Toxic people are not nice, but I think it's in my opinion, man, it's all about love. I mean, if you're toxic or if you're a vampire or something, well, vampire is just a garlic. But for the rest, if you have any issues, you're not good in your life, and this resulting you not being good with other people in any way it means that you're lacking of something, and usually it's lack of love, lack of reconnaissance, lack of self-esteem. I think people doing bad stuff are the one who need more. That's it.
But do you think imagine, because we have these terms in our life, bad and good, but all of us have been in a bad situation or like in a bad period of our life. So maybe we were a bit toxic, maybe we were taking a bit too much energy from other people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I do understand, but that's what I still keep on what I was saying. Is still, if you become this toxic guy or you become this vampire because you have some issue in your life, and from your perspective, the only way you feel like you're gonna get out of this stuff is by being toxic. But maybe you don't realize you're toxic, you don't realize you're a vampire, but you are for the others. And what you're just requiring is more attention, more love, or something else, but love in another form. And that's it. It's sick people. I would not say sick, but not fully yourself. You're not fully yourself when you're like this.
Temporarily. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, this one.
That's my opinion.
We're getting a bit more serious here now.
Ooh,
question number 22. Should drugs be legalized?
Again, I'm a very detailed guy. So when you say drugs, what is a drug?
The question is general for all of them, but there's like a second question inside that question.
Okay. Well, for example, if you say, for me, what is natural is not a drug. Like cannabis is a plant, but you would tell me opium is a plant too. But I think nothing should be illegal. Everything should be rules, a cadre to shape it, regulation and like what does Portugal does, it's very good. It's stopping treating people addicted as sick people, but not as criminal, but as sick, so they need help. And it works. So they decriminalize drugs, decriminalize drugs, and it works. So I think this is the right solution. Indeed.
Considering you have like that project to do with CBD, I don't know if you want to talk about it or not.
Sure.
What do you think can be nowadays? Like cannabis is as common as drinking alcohol. In your head, do you have any bad aspects or downsides of smoking cannabis and weed products?
Sure, man. It's like part to your previous question, the drugs. Well, it's a plant, but you like everything, you can get addicted to it, and if you don't consume it smartly, I would say, like if it becomes just an addiction like the others, and I think it's bad. But so I think the roots of the issue is about education, because cannabis is censored. It's like, it's cannabis, not good. So you don't talk about it. So, but instead, if people talk about it, we have education, we know what it is, we know, okay, take care of this, take care of that, then we have another eyes and another appreciation of the drug, and I think there would be less bad consequences.
I've heard that these CBD products are very different from the original, like smoking ganja culture. Like, from what I know, they don't really make you euphoric. They don't make you think a lot. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's correct. But it's mostly about molecules. It's the way the molecules connect to your brain. That's why, like THC connect directly to your brain. That make it that makes you. That's why you get stoned, high. You get the munchies. You have short-term memories. And CBD doesn't link directly to the brain, but indirectly, and this prevents all this memory loss, and this also prevents the THC to link to your brain. So this reduces the paranoia and everything. And just to clarify, most of the time people will read that CBD is not psychedelic and not intoxicative. It's true, it's not intoxicative like THC. That means that it doesn't provoke the memory loss, the hunger, and the stone effect. But it is psychedelic because the definition of psychedelic is that it has an effect on your brain, and even if you don't feel it that much compared to THC, it does an effect on your brain. So it's a psychedelic, but it's not a bad thing.
But it's also not like medicinal cannabis. It's not like for you to relax your body.
Yes, CBD is medicinal cannabis. Okay. Yeah, it is. But for me, so I'm French, and all these terms are in English. So what I understood, when I talk about medicinal cannabis, I understand that it's a mix, it's a wise mix between THC and CBD, because everybody is different, and everybody needs a different dosage, a different way of administration that correspond to yourself. And when you talk about medical cannabis, for me, it's the right amount and the right dosage of CBD and THC that you take for your treatments.
So it would be the right balance, and it would be different for
exactly. Like for example, you have this famous Charlotte Web, it's a CBD brand, and it's have been developed to treat epilepsy mostly. And you have this for some kids, they give 26 ratio to 1, so they give 26 of CBD to a ratio of 1 of THC, because THC is still important because of what it provides, and it's still important in the meds. It's not the med, but it's in the.
Okay. Very good answer. Okay. Next question. Only 2 more. We're almost done. We're not talking about drugs anymore, but let's talk about addiction. What do you think thinking is? Is thinking a bad habit? Is it an addiction? Some people say it's our sixth sense. What do you think about that?
About what? About addiction?
About overthinking, thinking too much.
About overthinking?
Yeah.
I think so. If you want my opinion on overthinking, it will be the resultant of the fact that we're no more in the nature anymore. Like if you're in nature, if you're more connected with nature, you don't think you're in the moment and you're present. But if we are now overthinking, it's because we're in a society that makes us overthink. Like what we're gonna do, what we're gonna lunch, or I have this schedule for tomorrow, I have this, I have that, I have this issue. Well, of course you're overthinking. It's not true.
So it is an addiction.
Oh, I don't think it's an addiction. I think it's just a fact. Maybe like we overthink. You don't consume overthinking. I mean, we consume overthinking, but you don't maybe want this overthinking. But I don't know how to say in English, but in French,
Yeah.
subis. Like you're the victim of the overthinking.
Okay.
But as a victim, we still have the weapon to fight it, and it's meditation. It's meditation, sports, it's all of this, but it has to come from you. We can't give you a pen and say, okay, stop overthinking now. You have to work.
Mm-hmm. Some people say that your mind is your sixth sense. So your mind is like your smell and your taste and your touch. What do you think about this?
I don't know. Rita, what do you think about this? Some people say that your mind is your sixth sense. What do you think?
Hey, I didn't tell you could have help from the public.
I don't have my lovely public, but I don't really know what to say about this.
Okay. That's fine. Last question. I think you're gonna like this one.
Okay.
Are we humans connected or disconnected? So I'm talking about the digital versus the natural.
I would say that originally we were connected, but now we are everything but connected.
Yes, but imagine you have everyone that you want to talk about at the distance of one click, but you don't talk to each other.
Yes, that's not being connected.
Yeah.
No.
No, I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about like people in general. Like imagine you go on Facebook, you go on Instagram.
Yeah.
You have most people have around 400 friends and above that, you know. But on a daily basis, how many people out of those do you speak? And how many people do you update? You know what I mean?
Me personally, I'm not a good example because I'm not talking too much.
Yeah.
But I talk to people for mostly me. I'm not a guy who will send email or SMS every time to his friends. When I think about a friend, I send him a message for no reason. But mostly I don't do much connection. Or I connect for work or because I think about something, but no, otherwise I'm not a big fan of social media.
But imagine, I have worked with you before, at least in the same company, and I remember that you are a person that really likes talking to people and nurturing your relationship. You know what I mean?
But I prefer in life. I prefer to. I don't like. Because for me the communication is just not a text, and it's true. It's when you are in a real communication, 70% of the communication is not about the words, not about what you say, but it's about your attitude. And I think it's for me in communication, in a real relation where you communicate, there is the looks, there is the smiles, there is everything. And communicating through an app or behind a screen doesn't make me sexy.
Yes, that's
so. I like to talk to people, but I like people in face to face. I like to see, because when you talk to people and they say yes on the messenger, it says nothing. But when you see the face, you see that there is something they don't understand. You can go deeper, and for me it's much better.
It's very interesting what you said that like 70% of the communication when you are in front of people, you don't even need the words. And I'm gonna relate that to the last question, which was about thinking, and that you were talking about like the power of the present moment, the power of now. There is a person, a writer, and his name is Eckhart Tolle, and he has a book, The Power of Now. And it's really funny because he says that if you are talking to someone and your brain is not constantly thinking about something, when the words come out of someone's mouth, and if you're really paying attention to what the person is saying, you can feel almost the weight the person is putting on the words. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can feel it because you can feel the intention.
Yeah, and the vibration of it, maybe. I don't know if that is correct.
So, but I guess that means also that when the person speaks, it also puts his own intention in these words, because if it's empty of sense, you won't feel anything. So, but I agree with this guy, with Eckhart Tolle.
So just to resume, first of all, I want to thank you a lot.
Thank you, man.
And I want to just to resume, ask you something. So overall, do you think human beings are connected or disconnected?
You need to be precise with me.
Like the majority of people, do they prefer to see life through a screen or to go outdoors and speak to people directly?
I think most of the people are lost and they don't know what they want. I mean, who knows what they want? But through your question, I would say that imagine like right now people are in quarantine, most of it, and you don't have the choice but to be behind your computer, and if you want to see your friends, it will be behind the screen.
Yes.
So I bet you that in 1 month, everybody would prefer to be out and to see people in real life and be connected. But I think until now, they are not that much connected. They have we have the feelings that we are, but we are not. We are very far away from each other.
So what you are imagine in your mind, is human connection and natural connection actually important or essential?
Oh, for sure it is.
Okay, so we can learn something from this coronavirus.
For sure, there is stuff to learn. Look, there is apparently in Venice, the water got better, the fish are back. If you look at China, the pollution got way better, in the good sense. Yeah, I think maybe solidarity can be learned. I don't know. There's a lot of lessons to learn every day. Which one coronavirus would be the one who will be remain? I don't know. Like you can see, you can also see that France, for example, like they were very late for the decision because they wanted to keep the economy alive as much as they can, but it's stupid. Like if France, for example, want to learn something from coronavirus, it's about the hospitals, where like the president was spitting on the hospital, like no money for like this. They run the hospital like enterprise, and now they need the hospital. Well, please, we need you. Yeah, too late, huh?
That's what
happened. Late, bro.
That's what happened. Anyway, thank you very much. You are my first person being interviewed, and you are always there to support me. Thank you very much. Thanks, man.